a little bit of overspray on the frame rails out of the factory, right? So I don't know if that was. Welcome back to the workbench, where we try to make things. We're continuing to try to make today is Revell's 1956 Ford Thunderbird. This is the build we're trying to make look like it's sitting on the showroom floor. So this Thunderbird is sitting on the showroom floor in 1956. And if you'd like to get caught up on how we got here, there's a link down in the description to a playlist. You can get completely caught up to where we are right now. And where we are right now, well, is building out the chassis and the body color. So if I remember correctly, and it's been a while since we've worked on this kit, if I remember right, what kind of held us up and why we hadn't worked on it for a while is because I didn't have body color, and the underside of the chassis, or I should say the underside, the floor pans, which you can see are not painted, which we're going to talk about here in a second, but all the floor pans, the trunk pans, all that should be body color. And so that was what was kind of holding us up, because I needed to get the body color. And I did. I did get it. In fact, I got it from from MCW Finishes. It's Sunset Coral is the color code we're using. This was if I remember right, because I know I looked all this up before, it was a second half of the year availability for the 56 Thunderbird was Sunset Coral. My daughter wanted the car in pink. And as far as stock colors go from that year for Ford, Sunset Coral, that's the closest we've got to pink. Now, as you can see, I've already got paint all over the body, but that all over the bottle, because I was gonna try shooting this color. I was gonna shoot the color on the chassis. Show you again that does not have any color on it. But it is so hot outside, so I went to just obviously a practice piece. I didn't want to shoot on the car yet. Put this in the this lacquer paint in the cup, and instantly, almost instantly, basically instantly, dried up in the cup. It is so hot outside. And so I've got to figure out how we're going to do this. I don't want to bring my airbrush stuff indoors. I just don't think, the rest of the family is going to appreciate that. So either I'm going to have to wait, maybe just do this early in the morning, and maybe it won't be too hot. Or we're just gonna have to wait till I get the AC out in the garage and it'll be climate controlled, and then that'll be no problem. So we've got the body color. We just really don't have a means of shooting it right now. I mean, it's, by the way, my airbrush right now is completely gummed up. It literally just turned into a brick. Anyways, so I've got to clean that up yet also. But I did want to keep moving, so I did go ahead and just paint the chassis. By the way, none of this is glued together. I'm just holding it together because I think it kind of showcases it nicely. But I went ahead and shot the black for the chassis, and then I'll have to go in. Basically, the only thing pink is here back. I believe. How did I say that? I believe these fender wells. I painted the fender wells black, so I had to have looked at this prior. So these inner fender wells here, I believe, are black. Now they're part of. Here, let's take this apart and look at it. And I got to think about. Yeah, they're part of the. What do you call it? The interior tub, which I have taped in right now. So we'll just leave that in. But I think I painted them black, so I'm guessing they are black. But I'm going to have to look into that. I might have to paint these pink, but I think they're black. I'm pretty sure they're black. The motor is pretty much done except for being wired. We've looked at that before, though. But I do need to go in. I'll have to tape up the chassis as best I can. Here forward doesn't get any of the body color, so that's easy enough. I'll just tape that off. I'll tape here back, which is going to be a chore. It's going to take some effort to get that taped. Now, from my understanding is so I've got two, maybe you guys can help me out. I've got two bits of information from the research department. One saying, one thing they said is the body and the, like the floorboards, the interior floors and all that was all painted as one unit and then set on the chassis. And that tells me you would have no overspray on the frame rails. right? But then everything I see and read says that there would be a little bit of overspray on the frame rails out of the factory, right? So I don't know if that was, well, when I say out of the factory, I do know they did they did undercarriage coatings or undercoatings, I should say, at the dealership, and maybe that's where some overspray. I need to look into it more. So I need what I'm. Long story short, I need to figure out if I need to hard tape all this so I get really solid lines, and there's no overspray. But I've read that for an appropriate restoration of a '56 Thunderbird or any car of this era, or this particular, well, let's just say a '56 Thunderbird because that's what I was looking up. It would be over restoration if you didn't have any overspray, right? Meaning that if you made it all such clean lines and all that and nothing had overspray. So I've got to really look into that because I don't know how you would get overspray if the body unit and floor pans and all that are painted as one unit and then set on the chassis. And it's the chassis, from what I've read, were painted black at a different location than the body was painted, whatever body color, and the two are put together. So it has to be the undercoating that would cause overspray. Anyways, if you have any information on that, please let me know because I do want to I want to make this as factory correct as possible is the idea. Yeah, I definitely want to make this thing look like it's sitting on a showroom floor. And I even had the thought, how cool would it be if we just did a bunch of '56 Fords, maybe multiple Thunderbirds, whatever, just a bunch of '56 Fords, and then did like a dealership diorama. That would be really cool. It would be huge, but it would be kind of cool. But anyways, that's for a later day. Right now, we got to finish our first '56 Thunderbird, and I think it's coming along. I've just got to figure out how we're going to shoot this body color. Let me know what you think down in the comments section. I definitely want to hear what you have to say about undercarriage and overspray and all that. I've never restored a car to that point, so I've never really thought about it. I know that exists. It's a thing. When you go see all these 10-point restorations and blah blah blah, they've got a grease mark here and they do all the crazy stuff that would come out of the factory. I don't know if I'm going to get that deep. Well, I mean, I get as detailed as I can, but if you know, please let me know down below as far as things of that nature that I need to keep in mind with the '56 Thunderbird. I'd really appreciate it because I would again, make this look like it's just rolled right on the showroom floor. Anyways, let me know what you think down there. If you've enjoyed these ramblings, hit the like button. If you want to see more of these ramblings, hit the subscribe button, hype button. Do that hype button. I think you can do it on mobile or something. You got to scroll over there to it. Anyways, just do all those things everybody tells you to do on YouTube. I've got a lot more research to do. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.